To start with, I fucking love this artist style. It's very unique, with a style that leans more towards realism, which I enjoy. The eyes are so large and expressive, and the expressions are everything. Nowaki in particular is stunning. He's very quirky and eccentric, which really comes through in his expressions. Plus, he has long hair, which I will always be a fan of. This artist is killer and is probably one of my new favorites. If you want a unique, beautiful, and clean style, look no further. I also have to mention that Shogo is one of my favorite character archetypes of all time. The eccentric artistic type with a clearly fake positive outer shell just does something to me. Instantly you can tell there's something within Shogo that he's doing his best to hide, which always leads to interesting and deep character development, and this gives Osuke something to tear down by bearing his own soul. This ends up leading to some powerful realizations regarding sexual identity and the LGBTQ plus community. This includes Osuke's acceptance that he may like men more than he likes women, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's very empowering. These revelations usually occur between Shogo and Osuke during photo shoots. Oftentimes we perceive the photographer as the one peering into someone else's soul or life, and in these moments, Osuke does reflect a lot on who he is and what he struggles with. However, more powerful than that is what Osuke is able to expose within Shogo. Though Shogo is the photographer, there are stunning moments where Osuke meets Shogo's gaze through the camera lens, and Shogo ends up being shaken. It's Shogo who is steadily torn down to Osuke's eyes. There's also a twist in personality. Initially, Shogo is very forward and disconcerting to Osuke, coming off rudely forward. However, it's Osuke who ends up being forward, expressing his love and devotion for Shogo every chance he gets, throwing Shogo off his game. I love this change of expectations, and it further leads to a shift in power dynamics as Shogo appears to have most of the power only to be controlled from in front of the lens. It's everything. Finally, something I thought I would hate was the time skip. It's not a huge time skip, just a year, but I always find myself bracing when a time skip follows what is the equivalent of a breakup or, at the very least, a negative encounter. It's a very heartrending moment with Shogo admitting he cares for Osuke in the same way Osuke cares for him, but he feels neither of them are at a point in their careers where they can or should be together. This then leads to Shogo going to work overseas for a year. I was super nervous about this as it occurs in the last chapter, so I feared there wouldn't be enough time to finish everything satisfactorily. Thankfully, I was wrong. The breakup moment is very soft and is presented as a promise for the future, so when these two reunite, there isn't anything painful they have to rectify or work through. All it takes is for them to meet eye to eye, without a camera between them, to realize they are finally at the place where they can be together. It's a beautiful moment, and it's worth every penny for that moment alone.